Hi, my name is Oscar Ochoa with Team LSLP, and today we are actually with one of our Transformation Tuesday athletes, Mark Smith, all the way from England.
Yep.
And what town was that?
Milton Keynes.
Milton Keynes, England. And with his story, actually, I actually got it the day of the Arnold, and that was March 6th. It was Friday morning. 7 o'clock is when I received it. He sent me a story, and like I said, when I posted this on our Facebook page and our Instagram, this is one of the reasons I started this page, myself and all the captains. Stories like his, when I read his story, it was one of those stories that it's just, to be honest, it's one of my favorite stories. I love all the stories we've shared, but his story was probably one of the best. Just due to the fact, when he shared his story, it was very, heartfelt. He opened up very much. The pictures that he sent was just very, very impacting. He served in the Royal Army, or British Army. And what was your rank?
I reached the rank of Lance Sergeant.
And how long were you in?
10 years.
So 10 years, served in Iraq, Afghanistan, and just served throughout the whole Middle East, I'm guessing.
My very first tour when I was 19, I went to Bosnia.
Okay.
Did a 6-month tour there as well.
So you've seen quite a bit of action, I'm guessing, or did you?
Yeah, I got to experience everything that I wanted to join up for anyway.
Okay. And then there was a firing incident, correct?
Yeah, in 2011.
And then that's what led up to you losing your leg. So I remember seeing that picture, one of those pictures you sent me, the one where you're in the hospital bed. That was something, because, just seeing anybody, even someone you don't know, just seeing someone like that, it's just like, wow. You can only wish them and hope for the best for them. Of course, in your case, look where you're at now. Tomorrow, you're going to be stepping on stage at the Heath, which is one of the biggest shows in the U.S., national qualifying, and you even got to meet Heath himself, Mr. Olympia, and that's got to be something. Humbling, and honestly, your story was very impactful to a lot of our followers, and just to myself, that was just an amazing story, and for you to share it, and for me to receive it that morning, the day of the Arnold, right before I left, that's to me, that was just awesome. I was already excited for the Arnold, but honestly, just to get your story, reminded me why I was there, why I was representing Team LSLP, not, just to have fun. Have fun, yeah, but this is what we're about. This is why the page was created, and this is why we have all these captains, and it was just amazing. So tell us a little bit about your journey from losing your leg to where you are now.
Yeah, so obviously in 2010 we'd come back from Afghanistan, and my wife and I had sort of held off having children until we'd got the Afghan tour out of the way. Just obviously in case anything like this happened in Afghan. Once I got back, it was a case of, right, we can settle down now. Tried for a baby. My wife fell pregnant. I went and did a promotional course. He was born 2 weeks into the course, and then as soon as I finished my 4-month promotional course, I was told I was going to Canada to do our pre-deployment training. On the prairie, there's a purpose-built Afghan village, so it's perfect for training. And I got through the 6 weeks training with our regiment, and then they needed some lads who were qualified to stay on as safety staff for the next regiment to help get them through their training. And it was during their training, when they progressed onto live firing, that I was shot through the compounds that have been built out there to represent Afghan villages are just made out of sort of temporary MDF buildings, and so the rounds came through the wall and through myself. In total I took six to my right leg and one to my shoulder. So in an instant, not only did I know that my army career was probably the last day I'd ever properly serve, I'd also not long become a dad for the first time, so there was so many things going through my head, laying there, and I was just very fortunate that I had a group of people around me who had a lot of experience through serving in places like Iraq and Afghan, that within seconds they saw the injuries and knew how to treat me. Without those lads on the ground that day, I 100% wouldn't have made it through that day. The fact that I did, and the fact that I knew I shouldn't still be here, is what has sort of driven me on to, in a way, like, I thrive off of people saying you shouldn't be able to do that, or that's not possible, or no, you won't be able to do that. Ever since I've lost my leg, I've sort of wanted to tick boxes of things that people said an amputee shouldn't be able to do, and that's what I'm sort of fortunate enough to be living out now.
Yeah, and it's just it's amazing, the story you've told me, what you're about to do. You step on stage at the Phil Heath, and just to be recognized. I mean, it's an honor that you shared it with us, that you sent me that story, because honestly, it really is an honor, because honestly, that day you shared that with me, and then you told me, come to the Phil Heath, I was just like, we gotta meet, we have to meet this man, we have to meet, because I mean, you're a man of honor, soldier, I mean, truly a true hero. Not just because, I mean, you were a soldier, I mean, I know you watched our boys back over there, I know they watched yours, but the fact that you could have gone one way or the other, you know, this is how it is going to be, you don't have a leg, just, you know, be depressed, lay there and not do much, or say, the hell with it, I'm going to live my life, and that way that you thrive off people saying, oh, it can't be done, and you're doing it. That is awesome, that is amazing, that's an inspiration in itself. Put a cape on this guy. This guy embodies true strength, superhuman strength. That's the way I see it. I mean, really, I have nothing but respect, because it's, you try, I mean, you can't put yourself in your situation. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. Some people have the will, the strength, and the heart to do it, and some don't. But the thing is, sharing your story, I don't know how many countless messages I've gotten, that one I shared with you earlier, of, you know, a person saying, you know, I read that story and it puts me to shame, because if he can do it, why not me? And I mean, really, there's no excuse. Yeah. And sure enough, that person, I guess, you know, that person is working out and they're feeling great. So that was because of you. I mean, that was your story. If you can inspire one person, it's all that matters. Yeah. That's what Team LSLP is all about. It's aspire to inspire. So after all that, you know, after, you know, you got out of the hospital, you telling me about that one picture of you and your son on the wheelchair. So tell me about that. I mean, like, from there on out, what did you tell yourself? Like,
well, day by day in hospital, I could see myself in the mirror. Every time I'd go to sort of have a wash, I'd get myself from a wheelchair. I'd have to drag all my different drains and stuff that were attached to me. By the time I got all them in, I'd go from the wash, and there was a big mirror in the shower area, and and it's like every day that I saw myself in it, I was a little bit less of a man. That's how I saw it. You know, I was just skin and bone, and I've always been quite a proud, maybe stubborn person, and being a dad, especially to boys, I suppose when you're this soldier that goes away for weeks, months at a time, although you know your children, your family are going to miss you, you also know that you're leading by example. You know, you're sort of you're working hard, you're being a good role model. You know, you're living a life of sort of discipline and structure. You're physically healthy. You know, you're doing all the things in a way that where you want your children to look up to you. And so I knew that, you know, there would come a day where once I'd done my rehabilitation, I wouldn't be a soldier anymore, but I still wanted to be that role model for my children. I didn't want them to go to school living in the past and saying, oh, you know, oh, what does your dad do? Oh, well, he used to be a soldier, you know, a few years ago, like before he lost his leg. Oh, so what does he do now? Oh, well, now like he sits in a wheelchair and he's really miserable and he watches the telly and eats chocolate all day. You know, in a way, like you think you'd almost become, not that they would ever say it, but you'd almost feel like you were a bit of an embarrassment for your children, because you were up there and then you let it get to you. And in a way, it will have shown your children that this is what someone who's defeated looks like, and I wasn't going to let losing a leg beat me. So from the moment I came out of hospital and seeing that photo of myself, I think at 6'2" I dropped to 61 kilos, and I was unrecognisable to sort of friends, family, and I still keep that photo now to motivate me, so that, and also to keep me grounded. If I came last in a bodybuilding competition, in a way it's irrelevant, because I can always go back to that photo and think, well, yes, I wasn't good enough to win that competition, but look at where I've come from, and so that's always going to keep me motivated.
And that's awesome, because I mean, we talked about that picture and you told me how, you know, that's what motivates you. Everyone has at a certain point where to them that's the lowest, or you know, that's rock bottom, or you know, like, but that's what they look back on and motivates them. You know, of course I have my own picture, you know, the one where I told you, the one I showed you, where I can't even buckle my own bunker pants, so they're one size fits all. But you know, from there, I mean, your story just, it only keeps progressing. I mean, from there, that you only progressed. I mean, you went to do how many shows so far?
I competed for the first time in November, so the Phil Heath will be my second competition.
Okay. So, his second competition, first show in the US, you won your show.
Yeah.
He won his show in November, and not only that, but now you're also crusading for, you know, your cause. You know, just like you know, bodybuilders that, you know, are amputees, or you know, things like that. You know, because I mean, you're one of many. Well, not many, but you know, a few that are really out there. Like you, Michelle Salt, you know, herself, and you know, just. But the thing is, I think I have more respect for you, Michelle, and you know, just bodybuilders in general, fitness competitors in general, athletes that have lost the leg, because it's not as easy. It's harder for you guys. It can't be that. It can't be the same for, you know, a person that has two legs, or you know, every appendage. I mean, I know your body has to compensate for missing that limb. So, in my understanding, I think, I mean, like I said, that's superhuman right there. It's just like, seriously, I know it can't be easy, but I think that's what sticks you out from the rest. It's just you got put in a situation. You said no. I'm going to continue on. I'm still going to kick ass in life. Now you're stepping on stage at the Phil Heath. You met Phil Heath. You met Lee Thompson, who runs the Phil Heath, and I mean, just talking to you the entire time, I know you're humble, selfless, devoted person. I mean, family man, and just a great person overall. From what you know, it's an honor. It's an honor and privilege to be here right now, talking to you and interviewing you for our page and just for our audience. And just, I mean, right now, honestly, I don't see the sky the limit for you. I mean, you can. Hey, you told me that maybe one day they can have some for like in your class at the Arnold. Who knows? Maybe next year. I mean, who knows? I mean, your story's caught fire. It really has. Everybody, I've seen it everywhere. I posted on my page. I've shared your transformation story, and honestly, it's just, who knows? Maybe next year at the Arnold. Who knows? Maybe Arnold will see this. Let's hope he does. I mean, you already met Phil Heath. I mean, maybe talk to him. Like, hey, talk to Arnold. See what he says.
That would be amazing. I've really been overwhelmed by the sort of reaction that I've had since. I mean, I only got to America yesterday, but people have been so welcoming. And like you said, in a way, when I got into this, it was for something personal, something that I needed a new passion and a new drive for myself, something to make me get out of bed in the morning, something to really push me on again, and almost close the door on the army. So when I first left, I did miss it, and I did sort of resent being an amputee because I was no longer a soldier. So I needed a new adrenaline rush and I tried several different things, different sort of amputee sports and stuff, but none of it came close to that feeling I got when I stepped out on stage in November and I had a standing ovation, and I was nervous as anything backstage. I was behind the curtain waiting to walk out. I was in the opening category, so I was literally thrown in at the deep end. And then, even as I stood there backstage, I was like, I really don't want to embarrass myself. In my mind, I don't think most bodybuilders will ever feel I am 100% good enough to step out on that stage now. And that day it was like, well, I don't even feel 10% good enough to go out. And then the moment there was that cheer and the clapping and the roaring every time you got into a pose, it was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, I am on such a high right now. And then when they called us back out, we did our routines and then come back out for the placings, and third got called out, second got called out, and it was like, not called me out yet, you know. And to have won it, it was just like, my wife had said, obviously, because she'd been with me throughout, sort of literally from the day that I lost my leg, she said, like, I've never seen you with such a big grin on your face. She said, you looked natural up there. She said, you looked so happy. And in a way, it was like, God, I've trained so hard and so long for something, and in 5 minutes, it's been and gone. But because it was all over so quick, when I come off stage, it was like, right, just get another one in, and I want to do it again. Like, I got my adrenaline rush and my fix. It was like, that's what I want to do.
That's awesome. And just your journey, honestly, I think your journey is going to just keep inspiring people. It really is. Just because, I mean, it really is. It's inspiring. I mean, like I said, when I read it, when I saw the pictures, I was just like, this man of honor, hero, and was put in a extraordinary, extreme circumstance, and he decided, I'm still going to live my life. I'm still going to live strong and live a positive life and live it to the fullest. You're going to step on stage at the Phil Heath. You won your first show, and now it's the sky's the limit for you. So I mean, just yeah, you're only gonna keep motivating, inspiring. Who knows how many people you're gonna reach out to on the Phil Heath, and then afterwards. Because I mean, honestly, your story has caught fire, and it's only gonna continue. So, like I said, hey, Arnold next year maybe, or Olympia. Who knows? I mean, a lot of things are going on. So, from all of us at Team LSLP, we only wish you all the best, and we're with you all the way. So, if you ever need anything from us, we're with you. So,
thank you.
It's an honor and privilege to be here, and just thank you for sending me your story that day of the Arnold. And that honestly is like, honestly, that's in my book. It's one of my favorite. I mean, there are all the stories that I've shared on our page and Instagram. Is, you know, they're great stories. They're amazing stories, and I love them all. But your story is one of my favorites. I know it is. I'm a bit of a sap. I'm not gonna lie, but that's what our page is all about. Aspire to inspire, live strong, live positive, and that's what we're about. I mean, because there's so much negativity in this world. That's what we're about. We're trying to show people anything is possible with hard work and dedication. Through fitness, everything can be achieved. Honestly, you can, as long as you feel great, you're gonna do great. So, and your story is just amazing. It's unique, amazing, and just, like I said, it's just touched so many people, touched myself, and you know, it's just, I'm gonna be cheering for you at the Phil Heath. So, you know, and then, yeah, I'm gonna be cheering for you, and just, you know, we're gonna be there for you. We're backing you 100%. Thank you for letting us interview. It really is an honor.
No, thank you. It's nice to just hear so much like positive feedback. You know, it does really mean a lot, and those things don't go unnoticed. You know, when I go into the gym to train, it's not this isn't like a journey that I'm on my own. The amount of people who have sort of wished me well and supported me, you know, you think, well, I'm not just eating this meal today to better myself for tomorrow. I'm not just training today to sort of be better on stage. You know, there's now people who are genuinely interested in how I'm progressing, and it would be an injustice to not work hard every day.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you're only going to catch fire. I mean, you're only catching fire. I mean, your story's catching fire, so it's growing. I mean, what? You got NPC News Online, Flex Magazine, so your story's only going to spread. It's like wildfire right now. So it's only going to spread. And, yeah, it's just one of those stories that you always love to hear, especially when it's just motivating, inspiring so many. So, like I said, it's an honor and privilege from all of us at Team LSLP. We're cheering, supporting you on, and yeah, we're with you all the way, man. So thank you so much again. So I'm here with Mark Smith here at the Lancaster Hotel, not a day away from the Phil Heath Classic, and him stepping on stage and bringing his absolute best and just motivating and inspiring. I'm Oscar Ochoa. This is Mark Smith. Live strong, live positive.